Hi everyone, so let's continue our review for Math 7 Term 1 test. Okay, so again, our source here is from depedclub.com. So these are not the exact tests that you will have. These are just a review report. Okay, so I already uploaded part 1 to 3. So we'll have at number 31. Mia and Leo solved 2 and 1/4 divided by 3/4. So Mia had it as 9/4 times 4/3 is equal to 3, while Leo is 9/4 times 3/4 is equal to 27/16. Okay, so which evaluation is correct? Ayan. So, we have 2 and 1/2. 2 and 1/4 divided by 3/4. Okay, so dito pa lang sa ating divisor, okay, 3/4. Yung kay Leo, 3/4 pa din yung ginamit niya. Okay, so Mio will be correct kasi yung kanyang divisor po ay naging 4/3. Okay, by reciprocal. Kailangan i-reciprocal po kapag tayo ay nag-divide. Okay, so for 31, the answer should be Mia is correct because division by 3/4 uses the reciprocal of 4/3. Letter A. Next 32. You are creating a solution plan for cutting 4 1/2 meters of cord into pieces that are each 3/4 meter long. Which plan is mathematically correct? Okay, so for 32, 4 1/2, and then they should have 3/4 meters. So, divide. Okay, so letter C. Ayan, meron natin. Kasi yung A is add. So, mali. B is multiply. C, divide. Then, yung D natin, subtract. So, it will be letter C. Convert 4 1/2 to 9/2, divide by 3/4 using its reciprocal, and label the result as pieces. Ayan. 33. When multiplication and division appear in the same expression without grouping symbols, how are they performed? Okay, so we have to solve it from left to right. Okay, kapag, again, this ating PEMDAS po, okay, doesn't mean that you have to solve muna yung multiply. Okay, so kapag meron tayong times at divide, left to right po yung rule. 34. Which inverse operation can be used to check a division answer? Okay, so for check our division answer, you have to do its inverse, which is multiply. Ayan, ang magka-partner again is divide at saka times. 35. Why is 8 times 1/2 less than 8? Okay. So, why is 8 times 1/2 less than 8? So, the answer here, 1/2 is greater than what? Multiplying a number, multiplying by a number between 0 and 1 gives only a part of the original quantity. Since 1/2 po is less than, that will be 0.5. So, you're multiplying with a smaller number. Okay, but if it's greater than 1, your answer will be greater than the whole number. Okay, but if your fraction is less than a whole, so it means your answer will be less than the fraction or the whole number. Ayan. Basta nagmo-multiply po sa fraction. Should be less than. 36. In decimal division, why must the decimal point be moved the same number of places in both the dividend and divisor when making the divisor a whole number? Okay, because it preserves the value of the quotient. So whatever you do with your divisor, you have to do it also on your dividend so that your given is still the same. Okay? Para hindi po mabago yung given value ng ating equation. Why is estimation useful when solving operations with rational numbers? Okay, so it is useful po because it determines whether your answer is reasonable or close to the original answer. Letter C, it helps determine whether a computed answer is reasonable. Ayan, that's why we're doing estimation. Okay. 38. A container has 12.5 liters of juice. During the day, 3.75 liters and then 2.5 liters are used. The remaining juice is divided equally among 5 smaller containers. How much goes into each container? Let's solve. So it says here, a container has 12.5. During the day, 3.75 and 2.5 liters are used. Okay, so we got 12.5 during the day. So they use 3.75 and 2.5. So we have to subtract that with the sum of 3.75 and 2.5. Okay, and then the remaining juice, that is divided equally among 5 smaller containers. Ayan po. So, 12.5, nabawasan ng 3.75, tapos nabawasan ulit ng 2.5. And then, yung tira daw po, they divided it with 5. Okay, so let's have muna 12.5 minus 3.75 plus 2.5. That is equal to 6.25. Okay, and then we have to subtract 12.5 and 6.25. The answer will be 6.25. Then divide it with 5. Okay, so we'll have here 1.25 liters. Okay, so 38, it's letter B. 39. Paulo solves 8.2 minus 3.5 plus 1.3 as follows. 8.2 minus 3.5 plus 1.3 is equal to 3.4. What error did Paulo make? Okay, so again, if we have addition and subtraction po, he incorrectly, yeah, it should be 8.2 minus 3.5 first, and then after subtracting, saka po magpa-plus with 1.3. Okay, left to right, since this is only plus and minus. Okay, so he incorrectly grouped 3.5 plus 1.3 instead of working from left to right. Okay, so left to right again if we have plus and minus. And number 40, two learners solve 4.5 divided by 0.15. Learner A changes it to 450 divided by 15 and gets 30. Learner B changes it to 4.5 divided by 15 and gets 0.3. Which evaluation is correct? Okay, so again, when you move po yung ating divisor, you have to move also yung ating dividend. Okay, so kapag nag-move, if you make your divisor into a whole number, okay, so it means you have to move it to decimal places, 1, 2. Okay, you have to move also your dividend 2 places, 1, 2. Okay, so learner A is correct. Okay, it will be 450 divided by 15. Si learner B kasi, ginawa niyang whole number yung 0.15. Pero isang movement lang ng place value yung ginawa niya with the dividend. That's why it's incorrect. Okay, so for number 40, learner A is correct. Learner A is correct because both dividend and divisor were multiplied by 100. Okay, happy learning everyone po.